Last-minute wins in Week 3. Jalen Hurts led his team from 19 down against the Rams, and then the special teams came through in the clutch. Meanwhile, Baker Mayfield pulled off another comeback of his own against the Jets to keep his team undefeated. These comebacks shouldn't surprise anybody, as Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield are two of the best quarterbacks in the fourth quarter, and the numbers back that up. Hurts leads the NFL in completion percentage in the fourth quarter and overtime since the start of last season, while Baker leads the NFL with 3 game-winning drives this season. They've only played 3 games. Cam Newton, game on the line. Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. Who's the pick?
We're heading into our 4th week of the season. And you said how many game-winning drives?
That would be 3.
So therefore, every game in some way, shape, form, Baker Bartholomew Mayfield has
not his middle name.
It's not. But it just sounds good.
It just sounds
You know what I'm saying? Has led his team to a game-winning opportunity. Now, you ask me, do I trust more in this situation? Baker. Oh, Philly! Yeah. But Baker is playing out of his brain cells right now. Do I think Philly will win the game? Yes. They have the better team. But to answer your question, Baker Mayfield, final answer.
Yeah, that was, as Stephen A. often does, Stephen A. gives compliment sandwiches, right? And so what happens is he starts by saying something nice in order to say something mean, then he'll finish with something nice. That was a very eloquent soliloquy by Cameron. But it's wrong.
Right.
The answer is Jalen Hurts. And at some point, we all just have to acknowledge all he does is win games. Last 20 games, he's 18-2. He's 17-0 in games he started and finished. Cool. Baker Mayfield has 3 comebacks this year. It ain't my fault they always put him in a bad position. It ain't my fault that you got to do it more. The point is, when you have to do it, do you do it? Do you do it well? Do you do it at the highest level? And can you do it in the biggest moments? All I know, I've seen Jalen Hurts 2 times in Super Bowls be the best player in the world. That matters to me. All I know is last week, we're looking at an offense that by Drew Brees' accounts is boring, and I agree with him. That was running the football, wasn't using A.J. Brown, wasn't using Devontae Smith. And when they had to turn it up and actually dissect defenses, put the ball where it needed to be, accurately, on time, with velocity, he did it every single time the right way. Baker Mayfield is an absolute baller, playing at an all-pro level, playing at an MVP level. And you give me a fourth quarter opportunity with a team that has to win the game, I'm taking Jalen Hurts first. And the only person I take above him is Patrick Mahomes. Everybody else, even if you love Josh Allen, even if you love Lamar Jackson, I take Jalen Hurts in the biggest, most important moments to be his best self because I've seen it over and over again.
Baker Mayfield's middle name, Reagan. Stephen A.
I hate it. I love Bartholomew so much.
I'm going with Jalen Hurts to answer to this question. Over the last 2 seasons from the quarterback position, you got Baker Mayfield having 18 turnovers, Jalen Hurts 11. I'm going to bring up that stat as well because I think that's incredibly important. 17-0, the last 17 games he has started and finished, as RC articulated. In that span over the last 18 games where he's 17-1, remember they started, he got hurt against the Commanders, went out that game or whatever, they lost that particular game. In those last 18 games, 43 touchdowns, 5 turnovers. I'm gonna say that again. 43 touchdowns, 5 turnovers. And he's a reigning defending Super Bowl champion. And to put icing on the cake, figuratively speaking, I watched the Eagles getting beat up and the Rams really feeling themselves en route to a 26-7 lead. I watched Jalen Hurts look completely unflappable, methodically chopping them down. It did help that you could go to A.J. Brown on 2, 3, and 10 conversions. We get that part. Devontae Smith got off as well, got off as well. But I saw a Jalen Hurts that was not fazed one bit. He's walking out on the field right now, looking and presenting himself as, I am not fazed by this. We're the champions. We got this. We ain't worried about it at all. A little hiccup right now. Let's stop playing games. Like, literally against the Rams, he looked like he said, all right, y'all, let's stop playing.
Yep.
We played enough. All right. It was nice. It was nice that they got out to this league. Let's handle business. And that's what he went out there and do. You see Baker Mayfield, and you're impressed with him, and he deserves all the praise he's receiving because we actually thought this brother's career was over. We thought his career,
no doubt.
a couple of times, we thought his career is over. And what Baker Mayfield has done, he deserves profound respect and appreciation because he ain't just good. He's playing great football. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League.
He's doing it with a new offensive coordinator this year.
He's going to get somebody else a job.
Right. But what he is not is the reigning, defending champion.
Real quick.
Who's balled in 2 of the last 3 Super
MVP.
Bowls and a Super Bowl MVP.
That's
what he's not.
I think oftentimes, this is not just a sports analogy that I'm talking about. Oftentimes in life,
Okay.
people always talk about what you used to be or what they once knew you as, right? Not who you have become and what you're working towards being.
Okay.
I think that's the poison, or that's what people look at with Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
When I came out with the list of top 10 quarterbacks and I left Jalen Hurts out, right? And my reasoning was, or the comments was, you put Baker Mayfield in front of Jalen Hurts? Come on, you put Justin Herbert in front of Jalen Hurts. You put all these other and now look at that list now. So what Baker Mayfield has been playing like is definitely something that a lot of people haven't even tuned in to pay attention to what he's actually doing. They know Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. They know Baker Mayfield in Carolina. They know Baker Mayfield in the Los Angeles Rams.
Right.
They don't know Tampa Bay.
I can say the same exact thing happens to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I could too, but here's the other thing too. We also got to take into account the level of competition. We're looking at the Rams as a potential Super Bowl contender. And we saw Jalen Hurts, 209 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 17 for 24 throwing in the second half after they were down at a deficit and the champion came back and showed you why he's the champion, and they're not. We see Baker Mayfield winning games in the last minute, 59 seconds left, like 20-something seconds left, at the buzzer, right? Against the Jets.
He can't help that his team got him there.
I know that's not his fault, but I'm just saying, you got to look at that too. You got to take that into consideration. That's all I'm saying.
Good point right there. We got a couple other games we want to preview, including the matchup between Aaron Rodgers and Carson Wentz. Rodgers is going to lead the Steelers against Wentz and the Vikings. Tough defense, all that good stuff. What would going 3-1 mean for Pittsburgh's outlook on the season? Wild take coming up. Plus, with Micah returning to Dallas, I'm going to tell you to put your money where it should be. Stephen A., the situation is not fluid.
Says you.